Hi, good morning, everyone. It's Levi with Levi's Hard to Kill Training. Probably the most often asked question that I get would be, what is Harder to Kill Training, or who is Levi? I've done a few different podcasts answering that question, and that's always a topic that is discussed, which is awesome because it's really not what people kind of think it is, or maybe not what they perceive based on my social media. So very quick answer to that is hard to kill training is just living your best life to live life, being more resilient, being anti-fragile. It really started, my dad passed away 13 years ago in May, last May, and he died from what is largely a lifestyle disease. And of course, there's a lot of different forms of cancer that are genetic, or we can't help. It's just what happens. But there's also a lot of things that we do to ourselves with our lifestyle, with whether it's food choices or exercise, lack of exercise, stress management, things like that. So my dad's situation was something that I'm sure genetics had something to do with it, but because he was only 51, or just about to turn 51, excuse me, very very early for his disease, and he was overweight. He was not active, and had a lot of stress in his life, and those are some things that we can manage and control. We are in charge of how we eat. We are in charge of our activity levels, and we do have an opportunity to manage stress. And I was 28 at the time. I had just turned 28 when he had been diagnosed and passed away, and it really hit me. I was almost 300 pounds myself, just under 300. I was not living a healthy life. I was not making good decisions. I was not leading my family very well. I was not leading my clients very well, and I was a lot of, do as I say, don't do as I do, and nobody likes that guy. I didn't like that guy, so I just wanted to, Levi's Hard to Kill Training isn't about surviving a fight if you get jumped, which it might help, but I'm not going to market that. I don't know anything about fighting. I don't want this beautiful face to take any blows. So it's really about taking care of yourself so we can thrive in life and not just survive it. And that's just, making better choices and with our food, and making better choices with our exercise, and being efficient, and being safe, and being resilient. So with that, that's what Hard to Kill Training is. If you were to join the online membership community or buy programming specific to what your goals are, that's kind of what we would do and talk about, and develop a plan for you. If you join the online community, the workouts are anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. Everything is controlled, time, pacing, load, all that kind of stuff, and it's very specific to what you need to do to achieve the most efficient workout that you need to get, and then get on with your day. It's not about how many hours you can spend in the gym. At the end of the day, it's about being there for your family, and being able to live the life that you want to live. Exercise being a part of that, but not being excessive about it. So, but I also wanted to touch on, just with my experience with the life that I was living, and I was medically obese. My body fat percentage was just under 30. I've as I stated, I was miserable. I did not like who I was. I didn't like how I felt. Everything was hard. Being obese is not enjoyable at any aspect of it. And so for me, I can only speak for myself. But there's a whole different movement going on right now of health at any size, or body positivity, and things like that. And I want to be clear that no one should be shamed for how they look. If they're carrying extra body fat or whatever. I mean, we're all humans. We all deserve the respect of other of mankind. It's how you look, how much body fat you have doesn't define you, who you are as a person. How much you weigh, the number on the scale doesn't define you at all. But being body positive is fantastic. The idea is like that we're going to be we're going to love who we are regardless of what we look like. That's great, but part of loving yourself and part of being positive about yourself is taking care of yourself and eating whatever you want whenever you want to eat it, or what is now being called intuitive eating. It's not a good idea. I don't want to turn this into a long ranting video, but body positivity is very dangerous for long term. And while we should absolutely, again, be positive with what we have, and we should also work to improve who we are. And it doesn't always have to be your appearance. Aesthetics is only one aspect of many, and we should never define ourselves by just how we look. But again, the same time, if you really want to be positive, if you really want to love yourself, you got to take care of yourself, and that's eating better, making adult choices with our food, and that's exercise and being a part of that. And so diets don't work, and percentages tell us it's like 3% of a diet of diets that actually work long term. I don't want you to go on a diet. I want you to change your life. I want you to make it a lifestyle, and it has to be sustainable. There's a lot being thrown in our faces with veganism. This isn't an anti-vegan, pro-meat, and or keto or paleo or whatever. I mean, is it sustainable for you? Can you make it last long term? Can you make it your lifestyle? And so the one thing that I learned over many years of trial and error for myself is that it's not any one magic diet, any secret. It's can you make it work for you? Can you make it stick to you? I eat a very balanced diet. I don't limit my carbohydrates because I exercise the way that I do. I don't limit my protein because I feel that my body performs better when I eat lean cuts of meat. I absolutely believe in eating your vegetables. So that's just what works for me. It's sustainable for me. It's how I perform at a level that I perform at. You need to find what works for you. If that is paleo or becoming vegan or whatever, I just encourage you to do your research and make that decision for you, not based on whatever propaganda is being thrown in your face. And if you can make it work and if you can get healthier, and remember, weight loss, if that's your goal or if that's what's needed, is only one aspect of becoming healthy. We can lose weight and still not be fit, not be well. So make sure you're choosing foods that you can thrive with. And then, lastly, again, that intuitive eating. If this is you are obese because you've been eating intuitively. Just eating what you want when you want to eat it because your body needs it. That's delusion. That's not a part of wellness. That's you're sick, or you're having becoming sick because of that exact concept. So again, I would encourage you to find help, and it doesn't have to be me. There's way more intelligent people, especially when it comes to nutrition, that can put you on the path of sustainability, of wellness, and that's what I would encourage you to do is not do it by yourself. Ask for help. It's tough to sort through all the information that's out there. People in the fitness industry and diet industry have really made things far more confusing than we need to. But you're worth it. You're worth finding that whatever it is that you need to do to get you healthy. It's worth it to be sustainable long term. And again, it's not intuitive eating. If you're obese right now, if you're overweight or obese, like 2/3 of the American population is, eating what you want when you want and feeding your body so you don't binge or whatever is that's dangerous, and it's not worth it. it's not worth towing that line all the time. So this video is getting long enough the way it is. So again, harder to kill training, just about being the best you can be, and being resilient to this life, living life, and again, if you want to reach out and talk more about this topic, if you watch my videos on Instagram or YouTube, and you like the way I train, and you've got questions on training, hit me up. If you want to know how I lost that 70 pounds of body fat, more details than that. If you have questions on what sustainability looks like for you, we can talk about all that stuff. So thanks for your time. Hope you have a great day.